46-16, it was a hell of a track meet. Did you see the Aztecs with they had their track and field team, Danny, going on this weekend? And it was a heck of a performance, man. That 2x100 team that they have against Nevada, I was really taken by the 2x100 team. The two running backs go for one of them went over for over 200 yards. They had 620 in total offense. Now, I don't know about you, but I think Rocky probably had to call a couple timeouts because they were running up and down the field and they were gassed. We bring in the coach now, Coach Long, Sdsu. Right, Coach? I mean, what'd you do? Just call a timeout after a while because you guys are running up and down the field? Hey, catch your breath, guys.
Didn't have to call timeout because I think we have three really good running backs, so they were just taking turns.
Boy, man, look at that, 620. And, hey, Coach, here's what I'm hearing. Okay, I've been talking to a lot of the bowl people, and they got this Aztec coming down here, and I think this weekend they're going to be at the Wyoming game, and I'm talking to Cotton Bowl people. How's that make you feel?
Well, that makes you feel good. I mean, obviously, now that we're back in the rankings and all that, we're one of, I think, 3 or 4 teams they're considering, and obviously we have to win all the rest of them or we're not going to be in the hunt. And after last weekend where you saw 3 out of the top 4 teams in the country get beat, anybody can get beat any time, so we're going to have to win them all to even have a chance.
Coach, you had a chance to recover from the earlier loss. Do you remind the players of what it felt like right now not to lose that second chance? Because as you know, Coach, you don't get second chances usually during a college football season, but now you got a second chance to hit a January Bowl. Do you remind them of that?
We remind them of it for the last 3 weeks. We've been talking about we're in the playoffs, that every game matters because if you lose one, you're not considered one of the top 3 or 4 teams that might go to a New Year's Day Bowl. We talk about it every single week. And obviously, if you keep winning like we have the last 3 weeks, every game gets a little bit more important, and we're playing a pretty good team this week that is desperate because they are tied with Boise on their side of the division, and they can't lose another game, obviously, or Boise's going to win that side. And so it's going to be a big-time game this week because they're good, and we think we're pretty good, and we're playing at their place. It ought to be a hell of a game.
Coach, you think the Mountain West is better than what people advertised at the beginning of the year?
I think the top 3 teams in the league are better than anybody in the MAC conference, and that's probably who's got the heads up for going to New Year's Day. Western Michigan's undefeated. If they stay undefeated, they'll probably be the one that goes to the New Year's Day bowl game. If they get beat by somebody, then it's going to be one of 3 teams in our league.
I want to throw some numbers at you. 31 yards away from Tony Dorsett, 228 yards away from Ricky Williams for second all-time, and 346 yards counting the bowl game. He's got 4 games to get 346 and pass Ron Dane as college football's greatest runner in the history of the sport, and that goes back almost 200 years. I mean, Coach, that's quite an accomplishment we're talking here.
That's pretty cool, isn't it? I've never been around anything like that before.
Me too. I've never been around anything like that, or I've never covered anything like that.
Well, I tell you what, it's exciting around here, and I think everybody's enjoying the ride. I think the coaches are enjoying it. I think the rest of the team's enjoying it. And people ask me if we're going to concentrate on how many yards he's getting. We don't have to. I mean, we don't think about that because he's going to get his touches. For us to win, he's got to get the ball in his hands a bunch. So he's going to have plenty of opportunities to break it. We just got to block up front good enough to allow him to do it because he's good enough to do it if we block.
Okay, tell me who the other dude is now. 208. I'm like, okay, so Rocky's got 2 guys now that he's running the rock. There's things like Cadillac Williams and Ronnie Brown when they were running at Auburn. Who is this guy?
Well, Rashad Penny, he's been the backup running back most of the year, and he's a lot bigger guy. He's about 215 pounds, but he's a slasher, and he runs fast, so their abilities kind of help each other out because there's a completely different feel in the game when Pumphrey's in there as compared to Rashad, and so they complement each other, and he's probably one of the fastest. I'm sure they'll argue about who the fastest on the team is, but he's one of the fastest guys on the team, so when he gets out in the open, he can outrun most folks.
Hey, let me ask you about your inside drill, and, when you get your O-line going against your defense, and by the way, I've been just pumping and pimping your defense. Going into the weekend, you guys are second in the nation against the run. That's how you win ball games, Coach, kicking someone's ass, especially when you're second to Alabama. I mean, you guys are just playing lights-out defense. That must be enjoyable watching inside drill between these two.
Well, now this time of year we don't do it anymore because it's kind of vicious. You know, we did it early in the season and in spring ball, but since we're, I don't know, 3/4 of the way through the season, we don't do it ones against ones anymore. It's too bad because it's fun to watch.
Coach, wait a minute. Is that the soft? Wait a minute. You don't do 9. You can't do 9 on 7. You mean you can't do inside drill any longer every day?
Well, we could, but we don't.
Oh, okay. Well, so again, which unit are you more proud? Which unit do you think right now takes? Who do you think right now talks the most crap? Because both units are playing great.
It's funny though because we do some live pass rush and pass skelly against each other, ones on ones, twos on twos, and there's a lot of talking going on, and I don't know who gets the best of it. I just kind of tune it out and let them do their thing.
Hey, I want a hat, man. I want a Mountain West championship hat this year, and one more time, Coach. I couldn't have been more wrong about a coach in my life than you. Way to go, man. This program is headed in the right direction, in a massive direction, and win them all out, man. I want to see us in the Cotton Bowl against Penn State. That's what they're projecting right now, and that'd be some ending to a career for Donnell Pumphrey, ending it at the Cotton Bowl.
That would be something, and that would be special. And obviously, we got to win the rest of them, so we got to get ready to win this one. And we're going to have a hard time doing it. They're pretty good, but we'll give it our best.
Go get them, Coach. Thank you so much. Congratulations over a win this weekend. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
You
Bye.
got it. That is Rocky Long. Hey, man, that football team is really playing well.